Well, hopefully this will be quite useful. This is a low save that I got in South Africa when I'd just gone into the Karoo. There was a very clear low-level inversion, and I got there pretty early in the day, so I knew it was going to be a struggle to stay up. And at this point, I'm looking to head up the road, heading to the east, um, and I could see that there was a water source ahead, which is often the a trigger for thermals, and there are also some fairly chunky power lines as well. So as you'll see, I'm sort of bimbling along, um, trying to find something and looking for an opportunity to get going. Um, Now at this point, I was slightly worried because this is the power lines here, um, and I just got over the power lines and I felt something, and you can't see it on here so well, but there is a little dam or water hole that's just here by the road, which I also thought might be a help. So if I carry on, what you then see is that I found something. I'm not really going down, but here it's saying I'm at 40 meters. I think I was at about 60 meters. I had already had my feet out, and then I'm still searching because I can still feel this buoyancy in the air. Um, and I don't really know if I'm going to be able to stay up. I know I'm really only two turns away from. Then I got something a little bit more. It jumped me up a little bit, and then it was like, okay, I'm in the game. 800 meters. It's still only, I reckon, 150 meters up here. So I still knew I had to really focus and concentrate. And then it just gets a little bit better. You can see the wind at this stage is very much from the north, and as I carry on, and then suddenly it just starts to die on me. But the wind gets stronger, and you can see that from the arrows, and that's sort of being stuck at an inversion point. So I sort of tried sticking around. Could I get anything? But I couldn't get any higher. Um, and I didn't want to sort of go further off track. Well, apart from anything with the bloody great power lines to my north, and I also didn't want to have a long walk if I didn't quite make it. So I headed back upwind. That didn't really work. So I then sort of carried on along the road where you've got to change in the topography, and that can often cause thermals to kick off. And then I'm back down to 800 odd meters, sort of, I think probably 150 meters, 130 meters, but still damn low. But I'm still hoping to get something again. And then there's another water source that's just below me here, and there's also a bit of a river. And rivers often are a good thing in terms of thermal sources. So again, keep working at it. Got something, but not enough. And so I'm sort of carrying on, but I'm being very cautious about sort of leaving the lift too much and moving away too far, because if I do, I can be on the ground in seconds. But now, here I am going up at average of 0.2, 0.3 most of the time in that little bit, but just sticking with it, being focused and just concentrating. And bear in mind, this is at 8 times the speed, so it was murderously slow. But eventually, then got something a bit better, and then no, it's not quite working, but I'm still hunting. I'm not giving up. I'm still trying to see, is there something here that's a bit better? 0.8, 1.2. This is a little bit more like it. No, then I'm back down into nothing again. But I'm still not moving away too far, and hope that there's something else which is going to work. But as you can also see, the wind direction now is from the west, whereas it was from the north before. And now there's almost no wind at all. So I'm obviously stuck at some sort of inversion level. And then you'll see I get up to, I think, probably around 1,300 meters. I'll speed this up a bit. And there are 1,300 meters, which was back where I got something before, and I couldn't really get above that altitude. So, and again, you can see the wind had picked up at this level, which is being sort of compressed against the inversion level. And obviously all the air is trying to go up here, but it's not quite working. So farting around, now spent half an hour or 40 minutes almost, sort of below 500 meters off the deck. Pretty damn tedious. And again, go off on glide, and somewhere around here, the car that was following me finally catches up, as they picked up Scott, who had been, unfortunately, he'd eaten a bad pie for breakfast, that made him somewhat ill. Again here, searching. It's not a lot, but I felt there was something, but then gave up on that, so crossed the road again, hoping that there'd be something on the other side of the road, and there was. But again, it's still pretty pitiful lift most of the way, not really getting me up. Still cursedly below 900 meters, which is, well, it's saying around 200, I think probably 250 at that stage, but certainly not much more than that. And then sort of get something a little bit more meaningful. Think, thank goodness, it's now going to break me through. And then, of course, as I get towards 1300, it sort of starts to stop working again. So I give up, keep going down the road. There's got to be something. And now back down to, but I hit something. This is a little bit, feels a bit different this time. So I sort of hang on to this, and as you can see, I've now had some bits which were over 1.6, but here I am around 1300. It wasn't that great, probable inversion, but then bang, I'm through, and now I'm flying at over 3 meters a second, and this then takes me right back up to over 2,000 meters, and the terrain here absolutely stunning. As I'm heading there, I sort of look downwind, and it's like, well, from here on in, it's going to be pretty easy. There were mountains ahead of me. I was through the inversion, and I could have just carried on, but Scott, having been ill in the car and not wanting to sort of get him back home late, I'm very grateful for the flight, and having had all the fun, decided that it was time to sort of head home. And so I headed back, and as you can see, I get something somewhere along here and just think, take a couple of turns because it's 3 meters, but then I'm like, nah, I can't be bothered. I'm just going to go and land. And as you can see, it's got me minus 30 meters, which is why I sort of thought it was probably 30 meters extra through most of this. It's just 30 meters out, or 90 to 100 feet, which is worth considering for airspace. Hope that's helpful.